welcome back to another video and welcome to Kent. I'm on the Isle of Sheppey at Elmley and it's actually my second time here in 2 days. So I filmed what I thought was going to be the video yesterday when I visited with a couple of friends, but today's my birthday and I thought that we'd come back, so tease with me today. So this film will feature some different weather conditions. Yesterday was quite flat and overcast. Today has been absolutely glorious with the light harsh at times and as it is now absolutely beautiful. But for those eagle-eyed amongst you, you'd have probably noticed the difference. So it's filmed over 2 days, but it features all of the wildlife that I've encountered over the last couple of days at Elmley. I hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the Isle of Sheppey, and more specifically, Elmley Nature Reserve. So for those of you that saw my first video from Elmley, which was one of the first videos that I actually ever made, will know that the entrance track at Elmley can be absolutely incredible for wildlife, and actually it's where I've photographed a lot of the species that I've photographed here over the years. I'm sat here now no more than 15 feet away from a female kestrel who's on the top of one of the gate posts. Let me show you. So after an amazing welcome on the entrance track with those two female kestrels, I've just headed down to the reed beds to see if there's any bearded tits about, and I could hear them as soon as I arrived. It's such an obvious call to recognise, and as I've said many times, in wildlife photography we often hear species long before we see them, and it makes it so important to actually recognise bird call, particularly if it's birds that you're focusing on. And today at Elmley, other than the possibility of seeing some hares and maybe a stoat or two, it's largely going to be birds. And bearded tits are hard to photograph at the best of times. They don't give you very long, so you've got to understand what they do, and they'll pop up, they'll climb a reed stem, and at this time of year they're feeding mainly off the reed mace and the seeds that they get within that. So that's how I'm trying to photograph them. As I see the reeds twitching, I'll see the bearded tit climbing the reeds, and that's when you want to try and see if you can break through and focus onto it and lock onto it, which is tough at the best of times, but particularly when you're doing it often through reeds. But if you can get that shot of a bearded tit with both feet stretched out between two reeds, or if you can get one on a reed mace plucking at the reed seeds, I'm not sure what they're called, but I'm sure that they are some form of seeds, then that's obviously the shot that we're all after. But it's tough, and for those that have tried to photograph bearded tits or bearded reedlings before, you'll know how tough it is. But it's a good challenge, and one that I'll probably be here for quite some time trying to master today. So after watching the kestrels hunt in midair, we've actually just spent about 10-15 minutes watching a buzzard hunting on the ground, and it looks like it's preying on voles. Walks around for a bit and then pounces. But it's been successful so far. 2 in about 5 minutes, I would suggest that it's caught so far. Another supreme predator, as well as a feeder on carrion. Buzzards are more known for feeding on carrion than they are for actually being predators, but clearly they've got the ability to be predators as well. So I've just been stood watching a kestrel flying around me, not hovering like it normally does, but just kind of soaring on the thermals, and then catching mid-flight what I can only presume to be dragonflies or something similar. Amazing behaviour to watch, not something that I've actually seen before. In fact, it's still up there, it's still doing exactly the same thing. It's almost flapping its wings as it would. They're not going into a hover, but dropping out the sky for maybe 6-7 feet onto its unsuspecting prey, which, as I say, I can only presume is something like dragonflies or similar. Amazing to watch something that or to observe something that you've never seen before. I've seen kestrels thousands of times, and as you all know, absolutely love them. But to watch some new behaviour with a species that you've watched for over 30 years is amazing to see. So a bit more proof of the fact that if you sit and watch, anything's possible. Highlight of the day so far, despite the fact that it's very distant, is we've just had a male hen harrier fly over towards the industrial sites, and they're unmistakable. That grey is just absolutely stunning. Well, it's been an amazing day on the Isle of Sheppey. I'm going to bring it to a close here. Elmley provided loads of opportunity once again. It was a bit of a raptor fest today with the kestrels, buzzard, marsh harrier, male hen harrier. So pretty spectacular day all round. we've just had the perfect end to a perfect day. Second day here at Elmley, and I have been presented with a birthday bittern. And bitterns are pretty special anytime you see them, but when you see one on your birthday, this time last year I was photographing short-eared owls, and this year a bittern. Doesn't get much better than that, so enjoy.